Oh, I think it's great. I mean, Oregon's a great home team. Arizona State has a lot to prove on the road, and I think that's a key component of this, and it's why Oregon's a big favorite. I mean, I don't know if it's a preview of the Pac-12 championship game. That's kind of up to Oregon and Stanford to settle it. I do think Arizona State will win the South. I don't think the game is that crucial for them in their chase because they've got command of the division right now. Winning it would be a huge bonus, but a loss doesn't kill them. So I think Arizona State will be back either here or in Palo Alto on December the 3rd. They're obviously beat up. They're not coming in full strength. Defensively, they don't look great on tape, but when you look at the stats, they bend and they stop people. Whether they can tackle Oregon's guys in space remains to be seen. Michael James not playing, to me, is brushed off as a non-factor by a lot of our guys, but I don't know if I really buy that. I mean, there's a reason why he won the Doak Walker Award, and there's a reason why he gains 200 yards a game, and the other guys have less than 200 for the season. Barner's a nice player. Anthony Thomas is obviously a bright talent, but LaMichael James' explosiveness and durability, his stamina within the game, I think are important. So we're all curious to see how it works without him in there.
As far as the Pac-12 goes, then you kind of see that going with Oregon or Stanford then?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those games that we are waiting to see. We're counting down until they collide November the 12th. Now, if you're a player or a coach, you don't want to have that mentality. That's dangerous to overlook anybody. But on the national landscape, there's a few games coming up that are sort of dominating the second half of the season. LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and certainly out west, Oregon at Stanford. And Stanford's doing all you can ask them to do. They're winning by 25 points a game and looking dominant and still not gaining in the polls. But a win like that over Oregon would be what they need. And certainly it's what Oregon needs to stay relevant in the Pac-12 chase and also kind of remain in the national title talk. I mean, that's assuming they don't stumble before then, which is, we don't assume they're going to skate through easily. But I think they'll get there without any bumps in the road, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to see that game.
In terms of Oregon as a program, I mean, is it pretty amazing to see the growth that they've made in such a short amount of time?
Well, it's nice to see Oregon sustain it. I think it's pretty miraculous to have two programs within this state succeeding at a fairly high level. I know Oregon State's down this year, but to have two top flight programs that have been in the hunt for Rose Bowls and in the hunt for BCS championships in recent years in a state that doesn't produce very much high school talent is pretty remarkable. And I think what Chip Kelly's done and taking it to another level from even what Mike Bellotti did is impressive. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying that Oregon occupies a pretty rarefied position nationally. It's a hip school. It's a school that gets lots of attention for lots of reasons. And I know these are tense times around here right now, waiting to see what, if any, hammer is going to drop. But, I mean, on the field, certainly, without question, Oregon's still in the upper echelon.
Last one for me. I mean, as a game day crew, do you guys like coming to Eugene?
Yeah, we love coming to Eugene. I mean, it's a very unique backdrop. Not many places do you show up where it's completely dark for most of the show, foggy, cold, and yet the crowd enthusiasm is amazing. I mean, we always hear the crowd before we see them. And we show up and they're there so early. I know they haven't slept. I know they've come straight from somewhere. And I can see the 5-hour energy bottles on the ground when they leave. So I think being on campus is the new wrinkle for us that we're excited about. I mean, taking the show closer to campus, closer where the students are so far before the kickoff with a beautiful backdrop like the business school, I think is going to be neat. We're excited about it. It was a great formula at Oregon State at the end of last year, and so I think it'll be a great turnout. We're pumped up.
Is there more security for the Corso head then from the last trip?
The what?
The Corso head.
Oh.
The duck head.
Is it the Corso head or the duck head? I mean, who owns it now? I mean, Lee's worn it so many times, I think he thinks it's his, but he always has to give it back. Yeah, I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure there's massive suspense about who he's going to pick. We like to keep that secret. He will never divulge it. He's been known to throw a curveball. He did pick Nebraska as a double-digit road dog a few weeks ago. That didn't work out too well, but I have my suspicions like most of the crowd does. But you know what? Just because you know or you think you know who he's going to pick doesn't mean you know how he's going to make the pick. And I can assure you there's be entertainment value in that.